Okay, I'm trying something different. There's a story that keeps coming up, and it really has a charge, and I just want to... I just want to get to the bottom of it, or the root of it, or I don't know. Is that like chasing something? Like, I don't know. So, what it is, though, it's such rage and such betrayal and such hurt and such abandonment and such rejection and such, like, unfairness, like, and stop. Like, just stop. Like, just stop it. Like, stop it. Stop the projection. Stop the fucking story. Like, really, what the fuck is all this pride and all of this bullshit, all this projection, all this not taking accountability? For the trust, or the trust, the lack of trust, the mistrust, the distrust, the abuse of trust, the lack of respect for trust, the pedestal that trust is put on, and then how we fucking shit all over it, like, every day. 'Cause we're not even being honest with ourselves or each other in a lot of ways, where it's so, this is something we really need to heal, with the trust and the mistrust and the mistrust of ourselves and the trust that we don't have. Like, why is that? Like, why is that? And what does it create? And so, like, my thing is, this is, like, such a convoluted bullshit thing about overcompensation, about how we don't trust others, how we don't share things. And it's like the avoidant, and the fearful avoidant, and the dismissive avoidant. And, just like, because we all want intimacy, like, we all need to love each other, connect, belong, trust each other. But we're so afraid of that too, because we've been so betrayed and everything. And so we're terrified of it, so we sabotage ourselves in a lot of ways, like, because we're so scared of the thing that we want most. Like, and so that's where my thing comes in right now, is just like the hurt, like, of that, and like the continuing reinforcement of that, and just like how pride gets in the way of us really taking accountability, or seeing like how we've kept perpetuating these dynamics, and how we keep projecting it onto other people, or scapegoating other people, or like, and just not confronting how we've participated in the thing itself, and how it keeps us stuck there. And just like, it's been hard not to like be able to trust life, and trust ourselves, and trust God, and trust anyone, or any kind of so-called authority, or friend, sometimes somebody close to you, somebody close to us. Yeah, and so years ago, that was a good question that came up for me was, why don't I trust myself? Why, you know, holy shit, I don't trust myself. Why don't? Why don't I trust myself? Oh my God, it's because I don't trust myself. Whew. And what did that open up? Oh my goodness. So, really, like, what that's all about is how there's the shadow side to, like, the values and morals that we're taught. And, like, how in, American schools we're all taught about Honest Abe and how George Washington, and these little myths and fables and whatever, like, how honest they were and how, like, but then we're taught every day in certain unconscious ways, like, that, oh God, you can't tell the truth. You cannot tell the truth. You cannot even be real because God, like, people are not all about that. They want you to conform and be in this, like, little fucking program and pattern and whatnot. And so we all have these deceptive ways of just getting along and going along or whatever the fuck until, like, other shadow behaviors come out and, like, there's, like, weird, oppositional things, which there always is going to be with, like, tyrannical, like, conformity and whatnot. It comes out in so many weird ways. So anyways, it's just rambling about, this just overcompensation. In these performances and actions and the ways that we feel like we have to build up or reinforce our own shit, our own character, our own, I don't even know what to call it. How we want people to see us, our own, one-man band, our own show, our own image, our own ego, our own, like, how we want everybody, or, like, to just, so we can, be loved, accepted, belong, like, see me as this, see me as this. But we have to lie to ourselves a lot, and it's like we were all those things, all these things we want to be seen as all along, but it's just like, the distortions from every angle about everything, about what we feel we need to do to stand out, be noticed, belong, be accepted, be safe, be special, be loved, fill in the blank. Because we all need that. That's not anything new. It's part of our basic needs and our basic structure of being, like, a tribal, like, and social animal and being that has those legitimate needs of family, of belonging, of purpose, of place and space and respect and belonging and all of that's I don't think a lot of us have had, like, that fully for, like, a long, long time because of the generational trauma and all of the interference, all of the abuse, all of the ways that we've been broken down, like, to not trust ourselves, not know ourselves, not feel the capacity, like, to check out to all the things and not want to be ourselves and be something else because that other self could be better or more loved or more approving of, just like the story of the red dancing shoes and Clarissa Pinkola Este's story. That old story about how we substitute our own soulmate life and give it up for something that's shiny and sparkly, but it ends up costing us our life and our well-being, our livelihood, because that's what we thought we had to do and be, but it carries us away and it takes something else, it possesses us. It's just like, it's just the things that we substitute for our own soul life when we let go of our soul, and just everything. It's just brought it back, like, just here to see, though, that, like, all of these things, like, that we feel like other people have to be for us or do for us, that we already have it in ourselves, and that, like, I don't know, we go through so many hoops, mental hoops, and, like, I don't know, even to avoid, our own power and our own selves and our own lives, and our own pain, for sure, but that, like, because we avoid our own pain and our own losses and grief, like, that blocks us from receiving everything else, too, like, and our culture just, like, expects us to go along with that, like, and, so, like, we become really, really sick, disconnected, and sad. Like, it's so painful, really, like, to feel it, like, going through all these things, mechanisms, escape hatches, strategies. That we've had to go through to survive, but now, like, we need to let them go now. It is just protective mechanisms, but they're so sick and disordered and distorted. It's hard. It's hard. And I don't think many people would understand, like, what I'm even trying to say about, like, like, healing these wounds of separation and trauma and, like, extreme abuse, like, the darkest of the darkest shit. And then just, like, because they're extremes, but there's everything in between, and we can see it every day, like, how imbalanced, like, some of the stuff is, and it just can't sustain itself, and it cannot, like, keep going the way that it is. And I know, like, most people that are at a breaking point for a lot of things, too, and I hope that they can have their breakthroughs without, like, breaking themselves up or shattering, like, other lives. But, like, we're, like, in these intense times right now, but, like, if we can, like, let's just let go of our pride about, like, fucking and just take accountability about how we have created things, and, like, look into the shit and, like, just see, like, where we played into, like, violence or whatever doesn't really serve, like, the family, the heart, the truth, like, the unity, like, the beauty, the gift that life really is and that we are for each other and everything. We've been so sabotaged. It's been so sad, painful. We can pretend and smile and be positive all we want, but, like, there is, like, that acknowledgement that we have to have about what hasn't been working and what's really unsustainable and what the real root causes of it is. And we can blame everybody. There's so many billions of people here, and there's so many billions of things. Like, we can blame everybody and not solve a damn thing. We could go on for the next billion years. So, like, fuck, like, it just takes, us to just, like, look and see. What can I do right now in my own life to love myself and to love my life and to be here and to receive the blessings that are all around me and with me, and to ask what I can do to bless the blessings and to be a part of that and to have it flow through me, have it be received and regenerated and reweaved and strengthened so that everyone, like, can experience their own blessings, like, because all of us are blessings. All of us have been blessed with this life. We're all connected. We've forgotten so much. Like, I just want us to remember, like, what really is true and what. And I just, like, can ask that for myself, like, just to help me remember what's true before, like, just because I need that, and, I can't hold my breath to wait for other people. I need to put on my oxygen mask first. Yeah. Attend to those things that I need to. And stop paying attention to the ones who are so fucking hot-headed mouth breathers. They're, like, sucking up all the oxygen in the room too, and remember, like, and stop being gaslit about just different things. Like, and just, I can just see, like, some, it's just hard, like, with the grief, like, seeing some of what is not right in the world and what is wrong, and not, like, in accordance with love's truth and with, like, God's truth and with, like, who we are and our true nature and what we're really here to be and become and create and do. And so it's just the whole thing, like, I haven't talked for, like, a long time and just going through so much stuff that it's been a whirlwind, and gone through, like, everything in the last year, and just like Michael Meade said, sometimes there's parts of ourselves that we need to lay to rest so that, our whole self can go on. We can't confuse that. Like, sometimes, the way that it's felt can't confuse that with wanting to die, but like some parts need to die in order like to live a new life and to be reborn again. And so like gathering all the strength of all of myself, because we do want to live. We want to live. We want to live this life. Life always wants to live. Life always wants to give. Life always wants to love and be and nurture itself and live and give and receive itself and enjoy and just be, all that it is. And so, just giving that part, back to life, giving all those parts back to life. And it's hard though, like letting go of some of it, because it's so familiar and so, I don't know. I really don't even know. I don't know what it is, what the attachment is. It's like almost like a Stockholm syndrome. I don't know. There's so many fears coming up around it. I don't even know where this is coming from, like the guttural reaction. It's like, okay, I've had, like, in the past, and maybe I can change this story. I've had a hard time letting go in the past, like just letting go of people and letting go when it's time to let go. And I don't know. I just get so attached. I do. I like want to bring all the stray puppy dogs home and everything. And this is like the stray people too. And just love them. But I can't continue like toxic dynamics and like certain patterns anymore, and it just makes me sad, and I'm just kind of angry too about it, like, and it makes me have resistance to it, and I feel like guilt, and I feel selfish, and I feel, I don't know, wrong, I guess. And I don't want to abandon people. I don't want to be abandoned either. I don't want to feel that way. And so it's hard. It's hard to set boundaries and distance myself and just say, no, I can't. And so, I've wanted to make my sister so wrong too, like, because of the way I felt so hurt. I felt so hurt and betrayed. And so rejected, so unloved, so excluded, so dismissed, so demonized, so devalued. Her actions, though, in the last 10 years, like, leading up to the last, like, 3, You just kind of have to, like, take it in and look at it and say, yeah. But it makes me feel like, oh my god, like, because there's complications about it, and the things that trigger me about it the most have to do with, like, this triangulated relationship between her, me, and my dad, or her, my dad, and me. Because it's like I can't really have a relationship with my dad without her there. So I don't really have my own personal relationship with my dad without her being in that, or being a factor in that. Like, I can't have my own relationship with him because she's always a presence in there. And, like, I don't know. I feel like that's been kind of really bothering me for, like, at least a few years, where she's really, I don't know. And I just wanted to clear up some stuff with my dad, like, really, too. And I know he loves me for who I am, but, like, I don't think he gets, like, certain things about the gossip. And the narrative and the picture and the, well, whatever ego stories, whatever I guess it is they share. And there's always more than two sides to a story. And yeah, it's just, I don't know. I feel like I've been very misperceived. It hurts my feelings. I'm just, like, I don't want to be stuck in self-pity or anything, but, like, it does feel, like, really exclusionary and, like, being othered. And I feel like they should both know better, because they're in, like, really heart deep, like, beautifully deep into, like, the RTG group, the religious transition group that helps Mormons, you know, transition out of that, if that's what is best for their heart and their lives and everything. And, like, kind of seeing, like, how their family members treat them differently when they leave their belief system, when they don't have the same belief system, and, like, and just how, like, kind of arrogant and pompous, like, sometimes they've both been, because me and my husband and other family members and other people, like, man, there's other people that don't believe exactly what they believe, but it's, like, gotten so tribal and everything, like, and, I don't know, like, so, hive mind board, like, kind of culty, but they don't see it as that. I don't know, it just hurts, like, in a lot of ways, not even having room, like, kind of being edged out and being, like, kind of like a, I don't know, like, not saying, like, I want to be a main player character or anything, but in my own relationships, that's, like, there isn't even room for me at all, like, and, because it's not comfortable for anyone to really entertain or talk about any other beliefs, ideas, opinions, views, and it's gone so hostile, and, like, it's like, what can I relate with them about then? Like, okay, family, art, genealogy, memories, but, like, nothing about, like, what I feel, or what, like, there's nothing I can say about, like, I don't know, it's like there's not an open space there, and I'm not complaining, like, oh, I'm so triggered, there's no open space for me, but, like, I still feel love, and I still share love with them, but it's not like I wish, like, sometimes they would really, like, even want to, like, ask or even open to, like, without being, like, automatically defensive or, like, triggered or, like, assuming, like, something. But I know it's, like, they're programming in a lot of ways. And, like, I don't know what I expect. I really don't, but I just really wish that it could be, like, more authentic and, like, and real. And I didn't have to, like, play a role or, like, and I don't think I need to do that, but, like, I don't know, I don't want to feel resentful either, and I don't want to be a people pleaser, I don't know, so it's just, like, a weird place to be, and I just having a hard time, like, kind of, like, not wanting to be passive aggressive or just, like, I don't know, like, reactive or I don't know, I want to be loving and generous and kind, but I don't know, like, what I really need and, like, what I can do to make the space for anything to change and for them just to be the way that they are and for me to be the way that I am and for it to be the way that it is and for something. I know I can ask more questions too, and I know I've been tolerant as well, and I know they mean well, and I know where they're coming from, and I'm not trying to convert them anymore, like I felt for my safety that I had to, like, a couple years ago, like, I was very scared about, we need to wake everybody up, we need to tell them what's going on, and it's just, like, that was so backfired, that's so boomerang, that was, like, such a, I don't know, like, I thought, like, I can talk sense into everyone, like, we're showing all of the logic and the data and the emotional intelligence and the reasoning and the everything, like, that I had learned from, like, the last 20 years and my whole life, like, and I thought I did pretty damn good though, like, looking at it as some stuff just flowed through me, and I think the people that needed to listen did listen, but the people I wanted to listen mostly didn't, and like, it crushed me so much. They didn't believe me. Just like at other times, they didn't believe me. They it was like a repetitive, and it was like the Cassandra complex. Oh my god, this shit's unfolding before me, and I know what's gonna happen, and blah blah. Which is funny because a couple months ago I saw that, like, oh, what's the Cassandra complex, and then come to find out, like, a lot of us were going through that, and it's just like, and just, like, funny stuff, like, looking into that, but that's what it was. I was saying, like, holy shit, this is unfolding before me, like, and nobody's gonna believe me that this. And it was just like, and I could point to all of these different, I'd always have all these resources and receipts, like, to back me up, and nobody wanted to look at them. They didn't even want to talk about them. They were so pissed off and so knee-jerk, reactive, and so just, I don't know, I guess I just even didn't realize where they were coming from, because I had been in such a different place for a while with the choices that I had made about, you know, not conforming to just, I don't know, average American consumption, and like, just, I don't know, the psychological stuff and the TV, the programming, the tribal stuff, the pop music, I don't know, like, no offense against people who like sports and stuff, but all of that stuff, it made me want to vomit. So, yeah, never got into, I don't know, I just, introvert, wanted to love, wanted to be in nature, wanted to read, wanted to help people, just thought all that stuff was, like, fucking, so basic, so, like, primal, so I judged it as being inferior for some time, but then I realized, there's actual value in that, because, and just like I realized there's value in every religion, there's value in, like, even if, like, what it is, like, not very savory, like, there's still good people in it that actually learn really good lessons, and they go on to do other things, and it's just like, oh wow, this can teach me this can teach me that, this, even though it's like a freaking ape, you know, like, you know, and gorillas have amazing medicine qualities to teach, like, so it's just like, whoa, like, let's see what everything can teach, like, instead of, like, just judging it and all that, but, like, that's for, you know, like, it's just, it's so funny how we can all get on our moral high horse about things, and, like, what we think is best to do, but can we practice, like, certain things too, like, in our own lives, like, not to even, like, do harm to ourselves, and do we even know what doing harm is, and do we know, like, I mean, like, it's so, like, everything's so backwards in so many ways, like, that, like, it is, like, kind of a full-on death and rebirth and reset, like, to come to terms with being whole when we've been so separate and fragmented from our true full whole nature of everything that we are, and, like, how everything's been fragmented, separated, labeled, compartmentalized, and then we have all these weird complexes and imbalances and overcompensations, and, you know, just disorders, sicknesses, that we see playing out all around us, which is very far from our true nature, which is very harmonious, because nature always wants to balance. Nature always wants to come back to itself. It's always giving to itself. It's always it's always wanting to be that love for itself. And so, like, wow, we've gotten this far where we just don't feel like we're worthy of loving, or that we're worthy of love, worthy of God's love, worthy of our own love, worthy of being here, worthy of, you know, this life, of having a life, of having joy, of experiencing this life, of being a part of this life, of being part of this love, of belonging here. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. Like, being worthy of being here, And so, that's heartbreaking to me. The trauma and the abuse and the manipulation that we've been through. And so, there's going to be a lot of stuff to sift through and navigate through and work with. And so, it just, it's not easy. And I'm glad, really, too, that I have beautiful people in my family and in my life that I can experience, these things with, that aren't really painful and heartbreaking and really kind of really sad for me. But I just love them so much, and I think they're such beautiful souls and people. But even if I can't have ideal or really, really close relationships in my life, then I'm really glad that they can be here with me to help me know myself and see myself and respect myself and share myself and also protect myself and discern for myself and to value myself even and to acknowledge myself and validate myself. And I know they're really intelligent and loving people, but they have kind of acted and kind of arrogant and pompous know-it-all ways, which I know myself I have as well. And that's why I could see it that much. And sometimes it's just one of those personality traits that it can be a strength and a weakness, and there's a shadow side to every strength and a golden side to every weakness, or whatever we see it as. That can be it's so cool how it is when it is united, when it's integrated, when it's acknowledged, when it's purified and used for the benefit of the whole, when all of those energies are unified in that and harmonized and integrated for that one purpose of the whole's benefit, really. And so that's kind of gathering up those scattered energies that were so invested in the small payoffs and the small self and the comfortable strategies or comfort zone and ready or not, so I just thought, just be vulnerable. I don't know if I'm going to share this really for anyone but myself, but man, I'm glad I did it. And for fuck's sake, because I'm glad that some family stuff and kind of other feelings that are appropriate for this time, insecurities that have been coming up, triggered that, because it really is all about just letting some stuff go, trusting, it was a lot about trust, love, being in integrity, knowing what this is all for, knowing myself, like hoping that for all others, wishing that for all others, like, because I can only change myself. I can see all the horrors and all the love and all the beauty and the amazing things and the mesmerizing things in the world, but I can only, like, really live my own life and choose my own self and my own self's well-being and try and bless everyone around me that I love, like, through my own love and my own well-being. So that's, like, the oxygen mask that I need, and I'm glad that, yeah, even though it just feels devastating in a lot of ways, that these changes are happening, because they really are really needed there. Oh man, our world, our children need us. Our love is needed here. We are so needed. We need to take care of ourselves. We need to heal our own hearts, because there's so many children. There's so many angels here that really need us right now. Like, we're the angels and we are needed, and we need all the other angels too. Like, we all need each other. So that's, like, we just need to, like, yeah, cut the pride, cut the bullshit, cut the stop. Take accountability. Don't beat yourself up for not being perfect. Nobody's perfect. But, like, man, just take accountability for the power that you have, for the responsibility you have in your own relationships, the choices that you have, the commitments that you make, the agreements, like, and yeah, everything you need to do for you to help you honor those things and be an honor and have integrity and live true to your nature, and for all those that you love, for the things that you love, for the love that you are, and the love you've been given. So, yeah. I don't know who will be watching this later, but I hope that it helps you, blesses you in some way to know that you're not alone in going through any kind of transition or pain you are in. Because we all, like, whoa. And so we don't share that a lot, like, this part of ourselves, more fucking hot mess and different things, but, I don't know. Maybe we will later. I don't know, like, sometimes people think it's oversharing. But, I don't know. Maybe we can come to some kind of a balance in that, where it's not, like, kind of a I don't want to say self-immolation, but what is that when you're whipping yourself and, like, yeah, like, public, like, yeah, like, just making yourself feel better a little bit, and then you get maybe some virtuous victim points or whatnot, but, like, you know, just from, like, different legitimate, like, and kind of soul retrieval and just self-discovery and just, like, realizations of, you know, things that growth that we're going through, and, you know, like, that death, rebirth, soul process of things, like, that, oh man, it can get really heavy and confusing and intense, and I hope you have other people to reach out to, and good tools, and friends, like, for us to reach out to and to receive, and yeah, to work with all those as we're working through, like, that new birth and that new, you know, that new place and new person that we're gonna be, like, 'cause yeah, that changes so often, but we still have that old past projection a lot of the times because of some of the relationships that we're in, like, they constantly cast us into that old story that they're comfortable with. And then we, like, kind of unconsciously start playing that as well. Like, and so I think, too, that is, like, one of the parables of how a prophet can't be, taken seriously in his hometown, or why you can't put new wine into an old wineskin. So with that said, love ya. Thanks for listening. Bless y'all. Bless your hearts. Bless us all. Be at peace.